Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, is this really all I'm capable of? Not in a moment of defeat, but in that silent, restless hour when your heart tells you there's more. More you could be, more you could do, more you were meant for. That feeling isn't a mistake. It's not your ego, not a passing daydream. It's your inner switch begging to be flipped. Some people go their entire lives stuck in neutral. They follow the routine, they nod politely, they do what's expected, but deep down, they know they're capable of more. What separates the average from the unstoppable isn't intelligence, talent, or luck. It's something much quieter, much deeper. It's the moment they decide, I'm done settling. Because being unstoppable doesn't mean bulldozing through life. It means becoming undeniable in your effort, unshakable in your mindset, and non-negotiable about your potential. See, average is a default setting, but greatness is a choice. That choice begins the moment you flip that inner switch. It doesn't happen overnight. There's no magic ritual, no alarm that rings to say you've arrived. The inner switch gets flipped when the pain of staying the same finally outweighs the fear of changing. It happens in quiet moments, in personal promises. It starts when you look at your life, your mindset, your actions and say, this version of me is not the final version. And that's where the real story begins. Most people think transformation starts with motivation, but motivation is fleeting. It's like cotton candy, sweet in the moment, but it melts under pressure. Real change doesn't come from getting hyped up. It comes from getting real. Real with your excuses, real with your time, real with your comfort zone. You don't go from average to unstoppable by accident. You do it by intentionally killing off the distractions that keep you small, by replacing convenience with consistency, by choosing progress over popularity. Because while everyone else is looking for shortcuts, the unstoppable are building self-respect through discipline. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need to be the fastest. But if you dig deeper, you'll always find a moment of decision, a turning point. A day when they stopped blaming the world and took full ownership of their path. But you do need to be relentless. It's easy to admire successful people from a distance and think they had some lucky break. That's the inner switch. It's when you stop saying I'll try and start saying I will. When you stop waiting for inspiration and start moving through discipline. It's when you wake up tired but still show up. When you fail and still move forward. Life gets messy and unfair and painful, but you no longer fold, you rise, you adjust, evolve. And there's a war inside everyone. Between the voice that wants comfort and the one that craves greatness. The voice that says take it easy and the one that whispers this matters. Average listens to the first voice. It's unstoppable feeds the second. And here's the truth. Your environment might have shaped you, but it doesn't define you. You were not born to just get by. You were not designed to drift. You were built for depth, for movement, for impact. The problem is, society praises effort only when it's seen, likes followers, applause. But the inner switch doesn't flip in the spotlight. It flips in silence. It flips when you choose not to snooze your alarm for the 5th time. When you go to the gym, even though nobody's watching. When you study, when it's boring. When you create, even when you're unsure. When you speak your dream out loud, even though your voice shakes. That's where the switch begins to spark. It's not glamorous. It's not always inspiring. But that's where the average begin to disappear. The world wants to sell you shortcuts. Get rich quick. Hack your life. Become confident in 30 days. But the people who truly change, the ones who become unstoppably, aren't looking for hacks. They're building foundations. Every morning they choose alignment over approval. They do the hard things first. They set boundaries, not just goals. They know that every action is casting a vote for the person they want to become. And most importantly, they don't wait for clarity. They move through uncertainty, because clarity comes from motion, not before it. If you feel average right now, good. That means you're awake, because awareness is step 1. But what you do with that awareness is what makes the difference. Will you numb it with distractions? Will you scroll until your dreams get blurry? Will you bury your hunger in busyness? Or will you decide a day not to be the same? You already have what you need. Not in your bank account, not in some certificate, but inside you. A mind that can adapt. A will that can grow. A heart that refuses to quit. There will be days when you feel like quitting. Let that be a sign you're doing something that matters. There will be people who doubt you, Let that be a reminder to believe deeper in yourself. There will be setbacks. Let them sharpen your focus, not shatter your spirit. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be committed. You need to show up. You need to believe them when results don't show yet. Because becoming unstoppable isn't about what you achieve first. It's about who you become in the process. Once you flip that inner switch, even we flip, it won't go back. Comfort will feel like a cage. Mediocrity will taste bitter. And anything less than your best will feel like betrayal. That's when you know you've changed. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. Not because the world believed in you, but because you finally believed in yourself. From average to unstoppable isn't a journey of miles. It's a moment, a decision, a switch. So if you're watching this, it's not by chance. It's not random. You're here because some part of you knows it's time. Time to stop rehearsing your potential and start living it. Time to stop dipping your toes and go all in. Time to stop hiding your hunger and own your power. Your future isn't waiting, it's watching. Asking, what will you do today that the future version of you will thank you for? Because you've always had the potential. Now you just need to give yourself permission.